at the next level. So here we looked at what's called the cluster view. There were 149 of these entities. The next thing we looked at was called the nebula view, where they show how many entities gave money to a second entity. Now we're going to look at how many do it with a third entity. So now you are seeing quantum compute break this information out in a graphical form. So we're now looking not at 149 original entities. We are looking at literally hundreds, perhaps thousands of entities that one organization, the Soros Group, in 1 year, 2022, connected to these other groups. Now, you will also notice all of these other groups that sit out here, because we are now looking at a galaxy view. And this galaxy view is showing you there are all these other entities that are also connected. They're just not connected financially. So you may have a Soros person sitting on the board of this one or sitting on the board of this one. There may be some other relationship. But let's take a look at this particular entity. And remember, we are using fractal quantum technology. We're running at 200 million transactions per second. You cannot do this kind of analysis with obsolete relational databases. Now, the question one would ask is, why are we the ones doing this? Why aren't the major voter integrity groups doing this? Well, the reason they aren't is because they can't, because they are wedded to obsolete relational technology. So the major voter groups out there are going to tell you that the problem in America's elections today is a problem of cleaning voter rolls. And they know that's not true, but that helps them raise money, which is the real business they're in. They're not interested in cleaning voter rolls because they know you can't clean voter rolls, certainly not in enough time to impact the 2024 election. The real problem out there is the dark money, these dark money networks. Now, some of these networks are completely legal. Some are illegal. Some are taking money from places like China and the Soviet Union. Some are taking money, which is totally legal. They're taking money into an entity, which is totally legal. However, they're using that money for a certain type of voter initiatives, which are illegal. Now, we track all of that. But just remember what we're looking at here. We are looking at one entity, the Soros Group. In 1 year, we chose 2022. And this is 3 levels up in terms of the numbers of connections. Now, this is just like the last one. There are so many dots on the screen that obviously you can't make them out. But I'm going to show you. So if we scroll around over here, pick out one of these little galaxies over here, you can see as I scroll over it, it tells me who they are. If you could see the colors of these, it would show you how much money was given to them. You can see the white lines are so significant that those white lines essentially turn the middle of the screen completely white. And the only way to traverse this is by actually moving this graphic around. Well, one of the things you can conclude right now is that as soon as you get to level 3 analysis of these NGOs, it's impossible for the human eye to do anything. And that's why what we have done is we have built artificial intelligence techniques. So what do those enable you to do? Well, let's say you want to take a look at one entity here, this particular one ending in 296 in their tax number, and you want to see across all of these entities, you want to see every connection that only that one group has that's financial, that happened in 2022, and that's larger than $5,000. Well, you can do that in fractal quantum compute with a single click. Why are we doing that? Because the other day we had a meeting with the team in Wisconsin, and we weren't running the Soros Foundation. We were running a known Chinese entity whose board of directors are known Chinese entity folks. Now, what they are doing is completely legal. They have an NGO in the United States, which is a legal IRS-regulated NGO. But what's very interesting is they were giving all kinds of money to organizations in key swing states that are helping leftist causes in voter activities. And the people with whom we were working were pointing out that some of that activity indeed was not legal. But it's been hidden. It was been hidden in plain sight for decades because everyone knows this is going on. But until we came with fractal technology, you weren't able to see this. Now, your national voter integrity teams aren't going to show you this because they can't. They can't because they don't have any technology. They can't even find things in voter rolls. So here, if you see some of our other videos, like the Mississippi video, the Kansas video, the Georgia video, and the Texas video series, you are going to see that we are finding anomalies in voter rolls. And these anomalies are not new. These anomalies have been there for 30 years, but the national voter integrity organizations can't find them because they use relational technology, and this stuff hides in plain sight. And remember who we are. We're the group that built the foundational technology for the TSA no-fly list, the technology for eBay to be able to stop auction fraud. We are the group who built the technology for major insurance companies like State Farm, Geico, and USAA to be able to stop automobile fraud rings. And in every case, we use technology that was not relational database because relational database is obsolete.